Hi friends and welcome back. It's Miss Birgit again. And today we are going to be talking about the feeling of feeling capable. Feeling capable is definitely a green zone emotion. When we feel capable, we are confident in our skills, in the space that we take up, in terms of being able to try new things. We are able to be unapologetically ourselves. We recognize the fact that it's okay if we make mistakes. That's not a reflection on what we are able to do and learn. We are able to take positive risks and try new things. We're also oftentimes, when we're feeling capable, we're able to more easily look around and recognize that others are also capable. And each of us brings unique things to the table, don't we? To a situation, whether we're on a team with a group of people and we each have different experiences, different skills, a different perspective, a different way of thinking, all of those things help to make us each capable in terms of problem solving, in terms of learning new things, in terms of solving problems together. So the book I'm going to share with you today, I picked because oftentimes we can be our own worst critics. We oftentimes think to ourselves, maybe I'm not old enough, or I'm too old. I'm not skilled enough. I'm not experienced enough. I'm not fill in the blank, right? And it's really important that instead we work on being our best coaches. And we remind ourselves that it's really important to try, to continue to practice, to work at things that we all are capable of learning, capable of trying, capable of improving, right? And that it's important that we don't underestimate ourselves or others. So this book I'm going to share with you today is called The Smallest Girl in the Smallest Grade. It's written by Justin Roberts, and it's illustrated by Christian Robinson. The Smallest Girl in the Smallest Grade. And maybe you might recognize yourself or someone else in this story. A person that others underestimated in terms of how capable they really were. Let's get started here. Hardly anyone noticed young Sally McCabe. She was the smallest girl in the smallest grade. Sure, her name could be heard in the daily roll call, and she marched with her books down the same school hall. But hardly anyone noticed young Sally McCabe. And they certainly didn't know, or at least didn't mention, that Sally was paying super extra special attention. To the abandoned kite with the tangled string, to the 27 keys on the janitor's ring, to the leaves as they turned green to gold in the fall, to the time Timmy Torino was tripped in the hall. She watched as the wildflowers tipped toward the light and heard the howl of a hound dog late one night. She was there when the stray cats who normally fought conducted a meeting in the church parking lot. She saw Kevin McQueen get pushed off a slide and the oncoming tears that he wanted to hide. And she'll never forget that parent-teacher day when Billy's much larger father suddenly dragged him away. But through all the mean words and all the cold stares, no one even noticed that Sally was there. And they certainly didn't know, or at least didn't mention, that Sally was paying super extra special attention. She'd seen how a whisper could make someone cower, like a bulldozer crushing through fields of wildflowers. And it kept piling up, this discarded debris, those beautiful kites tangled in trees. So on February 3rd at 11:29, Sally stepped straight out of the lunchroom line. She said, "I'm tired of seeing this terrible stuff. Stop hurting each other. This is enough." Now, if you laughed out loud or didn't care that there was some girl with her hand in the air, but then something super extra special happened that day as Howard O. Henry suddenly set down his tray. Like waves rolling in one after the other. First Molly rose up, then Michael's twin brother. It was Tyrone and Terrence, then Amanda and Paul, who pushed out their chairs and stretched their arms tall. From the friendly lunch lady with the dishes she carted to that new third grade teacher who had only recently started. Yes, everyone there, even Principal Claire, had joined little Sally with their fingers in the air. And though hound dogs were destined to howl at night, and most stray cat meetings would end up as fights, and kites would continue to get stuck in trees, they all felt for a moment like the janitor's keys, fastened together with a heavy steel ring that held all the secrets to unlock everything. As the world returned to the way that it was, Sally noticed the difference, as she usually does, when Billy paused briefly to open the door for Mrs. O'Connell and 17 more, or when Molly scooched over to make some space on the coral riser for Ellen and Grace. These moments that often get taken for granted, a wildflower appearing that no one had planted. The swings soon resumed their rhythm and sway, and day turned to night and night turned to day. People remembered and would quite often mention that Sally had been paying super extra special attention, and how the world could transform and a change could be made by the smallest girl in the smallest grade. And that's the end of my story. May we all remember that we can be like Sally. We are all capable, capable of spreading kindness, capable of making choices to stand up for what is right, right for us to claim our space, right for others so that they have theirs too. There is room for us all to be able to shine. And with that, may you have a wonderful rest of your day. Until next time, take care.